So hey team, how are we doing? We thought we'd do a little video for you, just to say we're really looking forward to next weekend, aren't we? And we really wanted to share with you some of our top tips for getting in our food. Cool, little video team for those of you doing Madrid next weekend. I wanted to share with you just a few tips. So Charlie obviously created a fantastic guide as to sort of how to prepare and think bits and pieces around the high rock. So obviously use that as your point of reference. I just wanted to share with you a few little tips really based on having done a lot of events, fitness events in the past, and obviously high rock specific stuff as well. So firstly, I just wanted to share with you a little bit about the next week. Okay, so sometimes this week is one of those weeks, a bit like when you're preparing for a school exam, where you can be kind of like in a situation where you've done all the prep that you kind of really have that's going to make a massive difference, and now it's about just fine-tuning that. So this week is about almost about optimizing as much as you can around your lifestyle so that you get as much sleep in as possible, you minimize stress, okay, and your hydration's on point. And actually, like, obviously Charlie and I will be, those of you who we're coaching individually, we'll be making sure we take care of, like, you know, the way in which you prepare with your sessions that you do with us. If you're in any doubt as to what you should be doing this week, please ask now before it gets into the last week and you do something that maybe you shouldn't, okay, or you regret doing. Next bit of avocado for the boss. In terms of, so that's obviously lifestyle. Sleep is key, okay? So wherever possible, you're going to try and get, you know, as much sleep as you can. If anyone gets the opportunity to have a little nap, 20 to 30 minutes in the afternoon, that's always really good. On race week as well, just napping is really good just to help with recovery. As far as sort of like routine, pardon you, as far as routine's concerned, I would say, like, making sure you're hydrated. Yep, so obviously when you wake up in the morning, getting that hydration going. And as for hydration, I'd say, like, bear in mind we're going to be exercising inside quite a hot venue probably, okay? And therefore you probably want to be thinking about your hydration from Thursday night onwards, okay? So adding a few electrolytes to your drink Thursday night, Friday morning on the way to the airport, taking some electrolytes with you to drink, you know, on the plane, probably not a bad idea. I know some of you will want to be on the Prosecco, but that's on the plane on the way home, not on the way out there. And more avocado boss, there we go. And then as far as, you know, obviously when you're there in the morning, you want to think a little bit about the morning of the event. So maybe just doing a little bit of mobility, some stretching out after having done, you know, a little bit of traveling. Okay, always useful to do. And again, in the morning, making sure you're taking your electrolytes and your carbohydrate. When it comes to nutrition on the day, obviously, ideally, you want to take with you what you're going to eat, to a degree. So like your energy bars, your drink, that kind of stuff, your powder that you might take, your energy drink if you're going to take an energy drink with you. Ideally, you want to be taking that sort of stuff with you, okay? Things like bananas, okay? Said object, okay? If you like them, they're a good sort of non-fibrous sort of source of energy that you could use. But again, my recommendation to you on something like this is, you know, don't try anything you've never tried before. And obviously, for those of you who are training regularly with us anyway, you'll have a good idea of what foods you feel good on when you're exercising with us anyway. All right, so bear that in mind. The other thing to think a little bit about is it's going to be potentially quite a long day on that event day. So you don't want to be on your feet all day. Okay, so if you happen to end up with a start time of 4 p.m. okay, obviously come and support as many people as you can, but make sure you take opportunity during that day to get your feet elevated, get off your feet, okay? Because one of the problems a lot of people have when they go to events is they end up spending too much time on their feet, okay? So make sure you factor that in. Know what time you want to start your warm-up, okay? Give yourself plenty of time to do that. And just from an organisational point of view, registering and all that kind of stuff. Make sure we get that done, you know, in a timely fashion so it doesn't stress you out, okay? As for the night before, okay, so just to retract slightly, the night before food-wise, again, obviously there's going to be plenty of options out there. Hopefully we'll be able to go out for dinner, you know, and find somewhere that most of us can go, if not all of us in one place. Just don't go out doing, like, you know, I've heard, you know, you hear stories about people doing like eating loads of pasta or loads of, you know, stuff before a race that they don't normally eat. Okay, try to stick with something fairly simple the night before that you'd normally eat, roughly. Okay, and then we can go from there. In the morning, obviously, again, sticking with some fairly staple things for breakfast that you know are going to serve you well. When it comes to race day nutrition, if anyone's got any individual kind of questions on that, I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. What are you going to have, Gracie? Standard for Gracie, protein pancakes. So, yeah, hopefully that's just a few little things, team. Very informal little video, but just something to, I guess, as well, invite questions from you this week. So if in doubt, less is more. For most of you, tomorrow is likely to be your last intense session of the week. There will be some short, possibly for some of you, some short bursts of fast work to do, but nothing particularly heavy. And don't go getting tempted into doing it, anything on top of what you normally do this week coming. It's key to make sure that you manage this workload over the next few days so you feel fresh for the day. All right, lifestyle, stress, try and manage as much of that as you can. If you can front load some of your work that needs to be done this week, even towards the end of this week, so Sunday, get it boxed off, get the admin done, just take the stress out of your life for the week as much as you can. I know, sometimes stuff you can't control creeps in. All right, but have a great weekend. Obviously, I'll see many of you tomorrow morning anyway. But obviously, the purpose of this video is a little bit of information for you, little sort of inside tips, I guess, from the sort of having done a number of races in the past and hiring up specific ones, and really to invite questions. Okay, so yeah, private questions are obviously absolutely fine, but if you want to pop them in the group so everyone benefits from them, then that'd be absolutely great too. All right, I'll stop talking and we'll concentrate on manhandling this avocado. Have a nice evening.